All right, we're right here, right now with Salt Lake Comic Con live. Bag O Geeks, and joining me right now is Caitlin Hawker and her book, She Bites. So, you talked a little bit about this to me earlier. I love the concept. So tell me a little bit about what is the book.
Well, the book is kind of a mashup of dark humor and murder, mixed with just a little bit of vigilante justice.
Because when I murder someone, it's going to be dark and humorous.
You know, if you're going to murder someone, make it dark and humorous.
Exactly.
Seriously.
Really, seriously, why
you
not?
kind of owe it to them.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's the best way to kill somebody.
Absolutely. Kill them with humor. Absolutely.
So what is the story?
So the story is about a female veterinarian who is tired of seeing people torture and hurt animals, and so she ends up basically hunting down and killing people who do bad things to animals. Our catchline is kind of if you do bad things to animals, she does bad things to you.
So does she like kind of do the same things to them that they did to the animals?
Sort of. She's a little bit more meticulous.
Okay.
She ends up getting away with it because as a vet, she has access to a pet crematorium and she can get rid of the bodies that way.
Okay. All right.
But ultimately, she ends up meeting and falling in love with a cop who has PTSD, so he has bad memory problems. And kind of because he was chasing down this really, really bad guy, this really bad serial killer a while back. And so now the two of them are in love, but it's only a matter of time before he figures out what she's doing at her off time. And to make matters
conflict, I like it.
Well, to make matters even worse, the serial killer who damaged the cop in the beginning is actually back and now in their town killing animals again. He's
awesome.
starting dogfighting rings.
I like it. So, where can people find the book?
Well, you can buy it here at Comic-Con, or you can go to our site. It is oh crap! I just forgot. Anyway, it's on our card.
It's on your card.
Which is good that I brought them. Excuse me. Sorry, it is www.pumpkinnoir.com. We've done a lot of shifting around.
No, that's totally
bit,
cool.
So.
That's awesome. So,
yeah. We also have a ton of other dark short stories there as well.
I think it's a great idea.
Awesome.
I love the female kind of bad
Yes.
girl, bad. You don't see that enough.
Absolutely, and this one is cool because people sort of underestimate her because she is a woman, but she's kind of proving to them that she's like, no, you need to be afraid of me. I am absolutely capable of doing bad things as well.
Awesome. Check out the book, Bag O Geeks, right here, Salt Lake Comic Con. Salt Lake Comic Con, Bag O Geeks. We are now in L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future. What a fantastic concept idea. It's been around. How long has it been around now?
32 years, and it's been started in 1983 actually when it was first launched. But what's really great about here in Salt Lake City is that some of our top judges are also favorite authors here in the Comic-Con. Brandon Sanderson, Dave Wolverton, also writes as Dave Farland, and Orson Scott Card.
Yeah, so basically what it is it's writers submit their work, you take their name off of there, you submit it in, and they hope for the best, right?
Exactly, and they can enter once every quarter, and we have entries from over 160 countries around the world these days.
Wow.
It's the biggest contest of its kind in the world, and it's strictly merit competition, so that, like you were talking about, the names get taken off, so the judges have no idea if it's male, female, age, nationality, ethnic. So when the judges send it back saying these are the winners, we sign the names now back to the numbers, and we find out who and what they are. This past year we had we had two winners from Salt Lake City.
Okay.
One guy had been entering for over 20 years, and he finally won.
Wow.
Scott Parkin.
Okay.
Yeah, and then another lady had just entered a couple times. But we've had winners, like I said, from all over the world, and it's really good because it's strictly by merit alone that you're going to win. So that they have no idea about who wrote the story, so it's only because it's a good story that you win the contest. And then the winners are flown out to Hollywood, you get a week-long workshop. And the thing is, there's no entry fee. So it's total free to enter the contest. You maintain all your rights to the stories, and then you win the cash prizes for the winner and for the grand prize winner for both the writer and the illustrator, because there's a sister illustrator contest. They also win a $5,000 cash prize.
So now, is there a particular genre you have to use to enter it? I mean, it says future writers, but does it have to be futuristic? I mean...
Well, it's called speculative fiction, so it's alternate history, so it can be the past with a bit of a change of what happened.
Okay.
Science fiction, fantasy, light horror. Tim Powers, who's one of the main judges, was one of the guys that created steampunk. So we've had steampunk. But what's interesting with the stories here is that she's about 5 to 10 years ahead of any science fiction curve.
Okay.
So you're reading steampunk stories here before, maybe 5 or 10 years before you had the steampunk made popular in the in science fiction genre.
So how can people get submissions? Where do we go?
Okay, you go to writersofthefuture.com, and that's the easiest way to go, is writersofthefuture.com. Or what they can do in the back of each book, it has the entry information on it that they can go to. And with that, it gives the website the rules on how to enter the contest. And you go out to the website, you can upload your story, or if you're an artist, you can upload the 3 pieces of art.
I was going to say, yeah, exactly. You don't just have to be a writer, but if you're an illustrator, an artist, and you want to enter it as well, you can do that as well. And then the cool thing is the winner gets to be chosen to write or do the cover. Yeah.
Yeah, so what they do is this is the winners of the illustrator contest were assigned the stories to illustrate. So this is their first commission work. We commissioned them to illustrate this. And then one of these 12 illustrators then is the grand prize winner and wins the additional $5,000.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Solid Comic Con, Bag of Geeks, right here. Writers of the Future. Check it out. Solid Comic Con, Bag of Geeks. And this is like one of my geek things. I am a horror freak, haunted house freak, and I'm with Cindy right now. Cindy Neal from Rocky Point Haunted House. I mean, a legend here in Utah. It got me really into horror and into haunted houses. I was a cast member in the late 80s. So, I mean, it's so great to see you here. I mean, what's bringing you out? What are we talking about? What are we doing?
Well, it's been a long time, and most of the people want to know if we're coming back, and the answer is we never really left, because Rocky Point, I felt like for years had a life of its own and a spirit of its own, and that spirit left with all of our fans and all of the kids that worked for us and were part of our programs all those years. So for me, it was like we built a big giant tree, had some amazing fruit for a long time, dropped a lot of seeds, and now I get to see the seeds of what we created.
Oh yeah, I mean, Rocky Point was the basis for most of the haunted houses across the country.
Well, we really pioneered the haunted attraction, professional haunted attraction industry, I feel like, and in a lot of ways we did. It's massive at this point. But not just haunted attractions, just individual people who got their training at Rocky Point, started there, built their self-confidence, so now they can go out and do a lot of other things. So many creative industries. I mean, this Comic-Con itself, Dan was a fan and came to Rocky Point, and so a lot of things were inspired by what we did there. And I didn't really plan on ever doing a haunted house in the first place. I was there 21 years longer than I expected. And then I didn't plan on closing it when I did. But it was the right thing to do at the right time. And I never would have expected to kind of unearth it like this either. But we did have a documentary that we created for our 25th season for our customers to watch in the museum. And they invited us to show it again here, so I thought it might just be fun to do a little nostalgic look back at the Rocky Point Haunted House and bring back some posters and t-shirts and put a few things together for fans. And it's just been a lot of fun for me to kind of bask in we loved Rocky Point, and it changed my life, and it really inspired me, and I got my start there, and so many different stories that I'm hearing over the last few days.
Yeah, we were just standing here for about 5 minutes before we did the interview, and people were just coming up, and I was listening to the people talking like, right, is it coming back? Oh my God, you know, and when my producer came over to me and said, hey, we've got to come interview, I'm like, Rocky Point, what? We've got to come do this. So how can people find the documentary? How can we find out more about you and what's going on with the history?
Well, the old website is still up, kind of nostalgic. It's RockyPointHauntedHouse.com. It's an old, beautiful Flash site. Flash isn't happening anymore, but it was very happening then. But it's still up to see. Right now, I just kind of started doing something on the Facebook page again, the Rocky Point Haunted House Facebook. I have talked about this for a little while. Wasn't sure I was going to do it. I'm not totally committing to it, but we're working on our second documentary.
Fantastic.
I'm going to, after coming here, I kind of caught a little bug again. So I'm going to take a tour in October to 6 of the biggest haunted houses in the country, just coming up next month. And I'm probably going to take like Periscope or something along with me, so I can take people with me and so they can see them with me. So I'll talk about it probably on the Facebook page. And I've got the book, and the documentary will be entitled No More Fear. We had 25 years of fear and then our final fear. And No More Fear was the name of the kind of new brand I was going to start. It sat for 8 years because I took care of my father while he was dying, spent the last 4 years of his life with him, which was priceless.
Yeah, exactly.
And 2 years then grieving over it, and really now I'm just kind of ready to play again. So we'll see what that means. I never anticipated doing a haunted house, but it had, like I said, a life of its own, and it kind of took me with it. So I'm jumped in and along for the ride, and we'll see where this goes.
Yeah, I have friends that, I mean, still to this day, that's how we met, was through Rocky Point. So
A lot of people met each other through Rocky Point.
fantastic. Salt Lake Comic Con, Bag O Geeks right here, getting our horror geek on.